What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukishu. We are back with another Umamusume video. Hope you all had a good weekend. And we are here with Narita Taishin. I was supposed to train her on Friday, but then her banner came out. So here we are. We're gonna go give it a shot and see how I can do training Narita Taishin in the new scenario. For the inheritance, it's pretty much the same thing. I just put Duramente instead because she does have the chaser, and with the setup it's pretty much the same. I just can't use the Taishin wise card, obviously, because we're training her. So brought it back down to the measure Ramino for the speed cards, Kitas and Duramente. Stamina cards pretty much the same. It's just this time I'm borrowing the air striker instead. And then here we have the Nishino flower power card, and that is pretty much it for the setup. And we're just gonna get this started. But before we do get started with the actual run and all that, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. And then because there is a channel called Circle Quest, so if you guys haven't joined a circle or you guys are looking for a circle to join, feel free to join the circle that I'm in, and it's called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle, and then after that, either go to the comment section or go to the circle request channel in the Discord server and let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just to make sure that I accept you into the circle and not somebody else. That is pretty much it, just to make it nice and easy. But here we are. It's actually been a while since I've trained Taishin, if I'm not mistaken. Let me actually take a look at when was the last time. It was in the UAF, pretty much. So it's been a couple months, if not more. Oh, yeah, it's been a couple months. It'll be all right. We'll just see how this goes. And I'm just getting all the comments ready, and the first one says, "Oh, shoo." Oh, this is, by the way, first comments are going to be from Nova. Forgot to mention that. But it does say, "Oh, shoo. If you can't get to UC5, how are you ever going to get to UB1?" Well, this is why, with you questioning it, then why are we even racing the UB to begin with if you're going to question it? What's the whole point of wanting to race if you already are questioning me getting to UC5? This is why I say you already won, because I already know you're gonna make it to UB first, just like how you got to UC first. So you tell me, Nova. You tell me. Next one says, Taishin is kind of meh. She's always has been for me. When it comes to chasers, I still much prefer Dormente and Wedding Amazon. I tried out the new power card on Christmas Bright and it seems decent. Eventually, I'll have a full betweener deck. Subite wa Vivlos no Tameni. Everything is for Vivlos. I didn't even know you had the new power card. You pulled for the new power card? Or you got the new power card? I didn't even know you pulled for it. I like how you specifically say Wedding Amazon. Do you like Amazon outside of her wedding outfit? That's the real question. Always liked Taishin since the beginning, so it's all good. I think the first chaser that I should have liked, because Duramente was season 3 and Taishin was introduced season 1. Amazon, I was cool with. Just not really like. And then Gold Chip was just Gold Chip, to be honest. Gold Chip was just Gold Chip. Like, I get why people like her. But at the same time, for me, she's just Gold Chip. I would like to see her Dead Space run over the games you mentioned. Silent Hill wasn't bad, but it doesn't bring me that much entertainment compared to Dead Space Monsters. Well, they are two entirely different games. You have more of the psychological horror, more of a slower pace than Dead Space, where, from what I remember, it's not just like Silent Hill. So it all depends on what you prefer. For me, horror games are horror games, and as long as they're good, I wouldn't mind. To compare both the monsters is kind of weird because they are two different series and two different games. So I don't really compare as much. But storylines are different, and obviously the goal of each game is different. So the other games I mentioned, well, I don't even remember anymore. But I'll think about the Dead Space. I think I still have like a day to get it. The only thing that I'm really considering why I'm kind of like, no, not considering, but kind of hesitant about the Dead Space is it's just been it's been out for a while now, so, but I'll still consider it since I did enjoy the original Dead Space anyway, so I'll consider it. And then the last two says, it looks like Heaven Burns Red Global is releasing on the 15th. I did not know. I knew it was coming out to global, but I didn't know it was coming out that soon. So good to know. I'm assuming there is pre-reg, or at least pre-down, or yeah, pre-reg. So probably do that after the video. Thank you for letting me know. I just went back and listened to the game's OST, the main one from the game's login menu, and I have to say that it is probably the best gacha music I've ever heard. I don't exactly remember it, but I think I do remember it's like, I don't know if I'm thinking the same game. I don't remember. I'm not gonna say it because I don't know. I know this is a 99% narrative driven gacha with no dudes, but I really did like how beautiful the game's presentation was back in JP. It was a really nice looking game. It was also different than most gacha games I've played, at least. It's what it feels like. It's a shame that they never released a PC version, but emulators the way, I guess. Will you be playing it? If so, are you pulling the tiger? Why specifically the tiger? Unlike your friend, I don't entirely care if I do end up getting something. If anything, I'll just reroll if I have to, but I'm not entirely well, I'm not entirely like that. So if you're asking if I'll just pull for the tiger, actually go for it, most likely a no. If I end up getting the tiger, it depends. But I'm not really gonna just stop playing the game just because certain things. I ain't like that. You should already know that. You should already know that. But yes, I did say I will be playing it. When you first mentioned that it was going to global, I did mention that. Emulator, I guess, but if it's going to global, why would you need an emulator? That's the real thing. Oh, for the PC version, I'm just gonna play it on my tablet. That's pretty much how it's gonna go. But yeah, it would be nice if they did make a PC version. I'd actually prefer that. But I'll just play it on my tablet. I guess that's another game for us to add. And then doesn't Girls Frontline 2 come out next month? That's another one for the both of us, because I will be trying it out once again because the first one I kind of just disappeared and stopped playing it. So I'd rather give it a second chance with the new game, starting from the beginning. And the odds are I most likely will keep playing it, since I'll be starting it off anyway early. But the problem is gonna be balancing out, finding the balance again. I think it'll be fine. It's not really that much. I just need to figure out the daily rotations with it to see when and what's, you know, how long it's gonna take and all that. But I think it'll be fine. I'll probably be skipping all dialogue from chapter 1.3 since I've read it in JP. That's fair. That's fair. And then the last one from Nova says, well, just randomly decided to do a Vivlos run and bam, you see 2 Vivlos came right out of the oven. I think focusing on speed or stamina for one summer did the trick. Also, the greatest hindrance to a run is the mood down. Yeah, I still don't know why a lot of the Umas in general, or just the Umas in general, have been getting the mood down. Because like I said, it happened with Rudolph, even Teo, and I've seen Cap do it as well. And even off camera, it's been happening to the other ones that I've been training or trying to train as well. So it's kind of like, I don't know what's going on. Um, this is so reminiscent of the prehistoric days when we trained in the Ura scenario with no friend card. This is probably why Rice Shower was considered very hard to train. As the first emo Uma, I think that made perfect sense. Yeah, Rice Shower was definitely a tough one. It these trainings with the mood down or motivation down really gave me those kind of vibes. But even, I would admit, from what I remember, even McQueen would kind of give me um a mood down before, earlier in the days too. It was between McQueen and Rice Shower, from what I remember from before. So yeah. Sure. But other than that, that is pretty much it from Nova. Next comment, thank you Nova, appreciate it as always. Next comment is gonna be from Rick. I like chocolate more than candy, but I'm trying to eat less sugar and carbs. I'm assuming that is that more of a health decision, or this, or are you trying to cut some weight? That's the real question, because I get the whole cut things out of your diet and all that, but honestly speaking, it's more about just the amount you take in, and then if you do work out, just working it out right after. It's just a whole balance thing. I found it worse when because I did try to cut out sugars and carbs as well, or I guess they're pretty much kind of the same thing, but I tried to cut it out, but eventually I would go back to it. I felt it was more of a struggle cutting it out than monitoring how much I would eat instead. And then I found myself to be just cutting out things like I found myself to be more tired and all that, rather than, well, obviously because it's sugar and carbs, but I just found myself more tired, like throughout the day, putting out things. Practically just being too healthy didn't work out for me. Being too healthy does not work out. I actually felt, if it makes any sense, it actually felt like I was less healthier, even though I was eating healthier to begin with. So I think it just more about just controlling the amount you intake, but also um working out working out at the same time to kind of just offset it, because that's just me. I've, for the past, I would say year and a half, I'm saying this now because I just literally checked my weight 2 days ago, and I lost a total of about 60 pounds in around that time span. And that's me just eating whatever I want. But if it's just like a health decision, not really of a, what is it? Trying to lose weight and all that, then that's more understandable. But if it's a losing weight decision, I'd say it's more on how much you take in, or like just watch the amount of, you would just watching how much you eat, basically. This is coming from me who loves his snacks. Loves, I have a, you could say I have a sweet tooth as well. And then which is why I did mention the whole candy and chocolate thing. If it wasn't obvious, I love me some chocolate, candy, chips. Being Asian, and love me my noodles and rice, so that's straight up carbs already. It's just all in I guess also just control the proportions you take in, but there's also that. But I don't know why you're trying to cut them out. I'm just speaking from what I know. But if it's just a personal decision, go for it. I'm just saying that it didn't work out for me, cutting things out completely, because the cravings would be way worse than just, controlling the amount you eat. That's just how I see it. Even if you do have, like, quote unquote cheat days, what I found out through experience for cheat days is I end up over cheating, you could say, because the cravings and all that. And my whole mentality would be like, or after the cheat day, my whole mental would be like, or thought process would be like, dang, I kind of overdid it. Maybe I have to work out a little bit more harder than that. So no, Taishin, you failed the training. No. Double mood down. Why? It's so bad. But yeah. Other than that is pretty much it from Rick. Nice and simple. Although, pretty long response for something nice and simple. After having a good training, guys, after having a good training with Teo, probably the most perfect training with Teo ever, we are now here with Taishin. And honestly, I didn't really have a problem with Taishin in the past when it came to training. It's just something about the new scenario is, well, minus the whole failing the training and all that, but something about the new scenario, I don't know. is bringing down the mood, the motivation. So I'm not sure. I am not sure. It sucks because that was basically back-to-back turns. Right? Now the thing about losing the race is it at least raised the motivation. I was kind of hoping we lost one more time just so I can go up one more. But the next comment is from Eugen. Kushu still has the final say when it comes to Lucky Mustard gacha ratings. Well, it's... Depends what we're talking. Why did the motivation go down? Why? I don't get it. I mean, if we're just going based off Uma, since, you know, it's mainly what... It's the majority of people, at least. Then obviously we do know who's the Lucky Mustard. That's... no questions. We pretty much just know who it is. But if we consider all the other gachas, I mean, it's kind of hard. Because the Uma luck is totally different from every other game. So I don't know if it would be right to include all the others when not all the other people really play the same games or play multiple games as well. At least to the amount that me and Nova plays. And it's really, and with Nova swiping in some of the other games, it's kind of hard to really it's just really hard to really think about it since I don't swipe. That's the thing. Oh yeah, you could say like what he would say, his reverse luck would be pretty much my star rail luck. You could say that. But then at the same time, when it comes to pulling, I think, what was it? I would have an easier time with characters, but then Nova would have a easier time with weapons. I think that was the one, or was it the other way around? Nova would correct me. Nova can correct that. It was something like that. So it's in a way it's kind of even, kinda, I would say. But then you add Uma in the mix, obviously, then that goes all the way to Nova's favor. That's what I would say. Candy or chocolate? I'm more inclined in chocolate. I agree. I'm fine in Zenless anyway. I changed my mind on what I will do depending on the agents I can get. Then, oh, Mario and Luigi. That's interesting to see as well. I thought so. Also, it literally just came out like 2 days ago, 3 days ago from when I'm recording this. What do I do here? What do I normally do? Sorry, I'm a little out of it. I'm a little out of it. The past couple days have been, you know, tiring. My cousin and aunt is still here. They're just awake, so I told them to just I told them just not to walk in or anything like that. Or if they need me, just give me like an hour or so. I am tired. I am tired. No, with the remaining 120 support card gacha. While I'm trying to chant myself to get Wise Die with Scarlet, Nova keeps chanting Shook Her on the stream. I ended up getting 2 extra copies of Stamina Shakur, and the third card turned to Stamina Seiyun. So for the pity card Nova keeps insisting on Shakur, I decided to tribute 10 free Uma tickets on Taishin banner randomly. And then a design door appeared on the first gate. A wild Daiichi Ruby appeared. Congrats, you finally got Daiichi Ruby. You finally got her. Now my small Uma lineup for the concert is complete until the next one. So I get the last copy of Stamina Shakur and made it into 3 LB and no Daiwa for me. It is quite surprising because I'm pretty sure you wanted it because obviously it's a runner support, so yeah. Nova had responded saying, we just need Shushu to get Katsuragi Ace and the whole redemption arc will be completed. Well, no. Not really. I still need me a Festival Teo. Still need me the Festival Teo. I don't have her yet. I don't know if there's anyone else, to be honest, but there has been a good amount of characters that I did want, don't have, so will the redemption arc will be completed with all the other characters I didn't get? But other than that, thank you for the comment, Eugen, and Nova for the reply. I am not gonna risk this. I'm just gonna rest. And the final 2 comments are gonna be from Tanoki. First one says, true, but with regard on the positivity of the pseudo scenario Stamina Shakur, the real impact will be in the coming scenarios. Well, it's kind of it's kind of a little too soon to be thinking about the coming scenarios. We literally just had this scenario released like 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, something like that. So let us just worry about this scenario and worry at one at a time. Think of how much a benefit Guts, Orf, and Power Nishino has been. Having Shakur and Daiwa on the banner, being that not just reduce the RNG for improvement, but any improvement will be felt strongly for 6 months and will be relevant for at least 1.5 to 2 years. Then Nova had responded saying 1.5 to 2 years might be too optimistic in my opinion. Well, he said relevant. And I think it's all right to say 1.5 to 2 years simply because we've had it's still like you could still say the key to speed card is relevant. It's just not, I guess, in we'll say it in like how Inogi says it. It's just it doesn't really have like it wasn't felt strongly after a certain amount of time, like over 2 years. But even a year ago, it was still not that bad to use the key to speed cards. So I think 1.5 to 2 years is good enough to say, because I mean, if you even think about it, the stamina super creep card has been relevant the whole time from beginning until even now. It's still relevant because it's still one of the better stamina cards from before. Yes, there are like some better stamina cards, obviously, because they're newer ones, but doesn't mean you can't use the super creek one. So and it's been almost 4 years, so I wouldn't say it's too optimistic. It's kind of, you know, it sounds about right if we're thinking like the Kita and other cards are like, you know, I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay. There's more to the response. So, and then I do apologize if my responses kind of sound a little off or whatever. I did say I was tired, so I'm just trying to respond as best as possible. Um, and you're probably wondering why didn't you just you know, take a rest and all that. It's not that I'm that tired, that tired. It's just you, it's just been a long, long week. Not even a long week, a long, you can say a long month. So yeah. Plus, I wouldn't be able to find any time between now and like the next day or so. Probably until the next time I need to record. So because that'll be when my relatives leave. At least that'll be when I'll be everything will normalize itself slowly. But continuing on with the reply, I still think the 1 year mark is a reliable figure. Side games can't make much money if they don't overpower the support cards. From a business standpoint, I would expect them to do so. Either way, the more cards I collect, the more options I have as a bona fide free-to-play player. I think what Tanoki's trying to say is that that the cards, I guess we'll just use a Shakur and Daiwa Scarlet card, or whatever improvement he's talking about. It'll be really good the first 6 months, but then after that it'll just be relevant it'll just be around. Like it'll still be usable and still be good to use for, I guess you could say, a 1.5 to 2 years. Because obviously, you think about it, over the years, while we were still using the Kita card, the Super Creep card, there was still better overpowered cards that got released while these cards were still usable. That's pretty much what I feel like Tanoki was trying to say, or something like that. Like, even though there will be more better cards in the future, they won't at least they will at least still be usable around that time. Obviously, in a business standpoint, side games would want to keep releasing stuff. It's kind of just like why there's power creeping, because they want to keep making money, forcing people to pull for the better stuff. It's an obvious gotcha thing. But for a free-to-play standpoint, it being support cards being relevant for a year, I guess a year to 2 years is great for us. Whereas even now, me using the Kita card makes it still relevant almost like 3.5-4 years in. So that's why I'm on Tanoki's side on this one, where it does make sense. Because if the Kita card wasn't relevant, I wouldn't necessarily be using it, or it wouldn't be good enough to be used. But it still kind of is. It still kind of is. But I do get it. I mean, obviously playing multiple gacha games, then no company won't make any money if they don't, basically power creep or make things uber strong or super strong. And then the last one from Tanoki says, chocolate by far. Strangely enough, dark chocolate is something I started liking more as I got older too. I've always loved dark chocolate, even as a kid. I'll be honest. I've always loved dark chocolate. That said though, my favorite chocolate by far is the mega creamy Lindor. Pretty just Lindor. Truly a chocolate lover's chocolate. I also strongly dislike any nuts in my chocolate. If I wanted that texture, I'd eat an almond. I don't mind it. Don't mind it. Obviously, just personal preference, but I'm just saying I don't mind it. But yeah, I've always loved eating dark chocolate, even as a kid. Never really had an issue with it. But other than that, that is pretty much it for all the comments from Tanoki. So as a whole, thank you Nova, Tanoki, Eugen, and Rick for the comments. Appreciate it as always. I do apologize if any of my responses or that sounds kind of off and all that. Yeah. I just apologize for anything that sounds kind of off or anything like that. But let me refresh the comments and see if there are any new ones that snuck in while I was going over it, even though this is earlier. But you never know. Someone could be someone could be on Discord or awake right now, and then they're like, oh, I think he's recording. Let me go add another comment. So yeah. Because I do see at the moment Eugen and Nova in on Discord. At least in the voice chat. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of them would add a comment or so, for some reason. But other than that, how was your weekend, guys? Mine was, like I said, busy. This whole week has been busy. Well, the whole month, because yeah. Although things will calm down. It is still getting into that time of the year where it does get a little bit busier because of all the holidays and all that. And the new year and everything. Although the one thing I can say is at least it's gonna be cold. I do love the cold. Or it's been cold. At least. It'll be funny if I somehow still get a high UD out of this. Or even a higher than just a normal UD. Like maybe UD 5 or something. It'll be interesting. But a part of me doubts it. A part of me doubts it. But honestly, what the 2 failed trainings in the beginning kind of may ruin the plans, you know. But we'll see how much damage it's done, because I'm pretty sure we could still get good enough stats, but I don't know if it'll be as good as the tail run. I also wish I had found time over the weekend to record other stuff, but was not able to, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Please don't freeze game. You were doing just fine. Oh well. Oh well. Let's go to my screen and start back. But yeah, let me know how your guys' weekend were. Anything happened, you know? Anything interesting happened? or anything significant. I think this was just the bottom option. I don't know why I was thinking about this for a while. I do have another turn, right? I do. Well, either one, either or. I think I'll do this one and then just rest fully the next day. Nope, nope, I said rest. That's decent. If we can get a lot of wise training out of it in the next summer training, then I think it'll be all right. Ah. We go. Then let's see how this training goes. I'm gonna want to do this anyway, so yeah, I think I'll actually do this. That way power at least gets a boost. I think this will be okay. That would probably be the best option. Yeah, I don't know if this might just be a high UE if anything. If anything. I say that and it's gonna be like a low UE. Oh, 53. Let's bring that up. No. No getting sad. Although I'm looking at the speed and it's only at 1200, so that's kind of worrying. Just the bottom option. Then we'll do, yeah, we'll do that. Although, now that I'm looking at the levels or the gauge, oh, we didn't even get an S. What did we get an S on then? Did we even get an S on anything? I'm not too sure. Did I end up getting an S? I thought I did. No, we didn't get an S at all. Interesting. Let's see. How are these stats? Yeah, I don't know. Will I be able? I mean, we do still have a few more turns, so I think it'll be okay. Yeah, I don't think this will make it a UD, let alone a high UE for some reason. Yeah, we'll do that. At least it made it. So we can at least get all S's. Already upgrade exam. Oh, we still have the Automakinen. So it's all good. I could possibly get guts and power. Obviously power, because I'm pretty sure it's really close. To 1200 plus? I don't know about wise, though. I don't know about wise. There we go. And we'll just do this over here. We're good. Now moving on into the final 3 turns. Into Uro finals. Let's see how our training goes here, because I think power is already enough. Maybe we could even push wise. I don't know. I think we should more. I think, yeah, we should probably want to push guts more, if anything. Doesn't it just give soaring stride, so Taishin will pretty much get it? I don't know if I got level 3 for Arc Maestro, so I'm just gonna get it just because I'm pretty sure we got soaring stride. Oh, I'm actually stupid because I was thinking of the new Taishin, not this one. It's okay. This one's not gonna even be. Yeah, it's not even a placeholder, if anything. So it'll be okay. This is a test run, and it seems okay, even with the messed up mistakes a while ago. I think we not messed up, but you know what I mean. Even with the mistakes a while ago, still pretty good, I'd say. I think I'd rather do this because it'll guarantee guts to go over 1200. I think it should, and then yeah, speed's not gonna be as high as I want it to be. Funny enough, because her growth rate is speed and guts, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. I think I'll just do the speed training. And we should be good there. This should be a UE at least. Obviously. Like a UE3. You know. UE3? UE4? Just somewhere around there. That's my thoughts at least. Nope. Nope, nope. Okay, let's grab most of the stuff that we normally do. At the same time, watch out for our skill points because we don't want to just use all of it off the rip. Go Arc Maestro 22. $94 left. Just get the that. There's actually more skill than I thought that I wanted, but I don't know if I just didn't get the right amount or we just didn't get the usual. I don't know. But what do we end off with? A UE6? UE5. UE5. Not too bad. Best Taishin, right? This should be the best Taishin. Because I haven't trained her since the UAF. Really? Really? Well, even that is bad. So we're just going to do that. And we ended off with 1567 on speed, 1462 on stamina, 1247 on power, 1208 on guts, and 861 on wise. Honestly, this would have been kind of on par with the KO run if I had just maxed out stamina and got speed higher by like 200. Obviously, we missed what, 2-3, I would say like 2 to 5 turns based on just trying to recover from her mood, the failed trainings, the debuff before the Kika show, because I think that around that point, I think the in RL's one, or I think she got hurt around that time, so I'm not sure. But yeah, that's why we got the debuff. But other than that, a pretty decent run, I'd say. Could have been better, obviously, but at least we got our best Taishin run. At least it didn't look like the... What kind of did Agnes Tachyon one was terrible in terms of training luck, but it is what it is. This one wasn't too bad. It's just it could have been better if it wasn't for those couple turns, like 5 turns. But with that being said, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. If you guys did make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of the run. Obviously, like I said, it could have been better if it wasn't for the back-to-back failed trainings and then getting into the debuff that I got from the failed training. And then later on the debuff from just a normal Taishin debuff that you would get. So I had to waste a turn on that as well. So yeah, it's kind of rough knowing that I already will waste a turn or 2 on Taishin. Having to waste another 3 or so kind of sucks, not gonna lie. But if there's anything you guys want to talk about, whether if it's Pretty Derby, different animes or games and all that, let me know down in the comments section. And also if there's anything you guys want to ask, obviously leave in the comment section as well. As long as it's appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below, because there is a channel called Circle Requests. Because if you guys haven't joined a circle yet and you guys are looking for one to join, feel free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you sent a request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure that or Whoa, I totally said that wrong. It will let me know that you want to join their circle. And then after that, go to the comments section or to the channel circle request in the Discord server and let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. I'm sorry, I got that a little. I kind of said it in a different weird way, but with that being said, guys, thank you once again, and as always, I'll see you on our next one. Peace.